Hi guys, welcome to a video where we'll dive back in time and check about chess history, talk about a little of chess history and remember some good old days with these games and enjoy the beautiful moment great grandmasters, super GMs created while in their primes, while fighting for titles, trying to gain recognition and become prominent in the in chess world. There are record that individuals create and set that stand uh, as a foundation for the new generation chess players to build on. Breaking records comes with meeting an existing record and try to surpass what that existing record has created. That's how you break record. So you have to acknowledge those people that set this record. That is why I decided to go back in time around 1995 between Kasparov and Anand. So I want to look at their games in this video series where they played championship. You know, this is I'm going to start with this because this is a very strong emotional moment for Vishwanathan Anand. Around 1995, he qualified for the candidate. Let's say around 1994, he qualified for the candidate and played Kasparov in 1995. Kasparov was the reigning champion then under the body PCA. PCA was created by Kasparov, the Professional Chess Association. It was created by him so that they could regulate the body of chess at that time. And at the same time, they are also responsible for bringing out candidates to challenge him for the title, the world chess champion, then before the arrival of FIDE, the National Chess Federation. So this game series is not like I'm going to show audio games actually because it will be quite interesting to see all 18 games. I think yeah, there are 18 games here which they played and most of the games ended in draws. So it ended in draws. It will be fun to actually see these games. I'll try to show the draw games. However, we have some key moments in their games. We have game 10, which featured a win. Game 9 and game 11 features wins too. Those are the kind of games I love seeing because there was decision making there. Somebody must have done a wrong decision, must have made a decision that favored the opponent side, and the opponent saw it and capitalized on it. These are kind of games that easily teach how to win a position and how to defend a position. For draw games, you just sometimes you notice a particular side missing the advantage move or missing a tactical idea or a strategic maneuver, who knows? But for decisive games, you actually draw conclusive knowledge from it. So let's go into a little brief history on Kasparov versus Anand in 1995. You see, although stripped by his title by FIDE for holding his 1993 match with shots outside the World Chess Body's auspices, you see, Kasparov was nevertheless widely considered the legitimate world champion. I have my source for this information and I will drop the link in the description box so you can check it out by yourself. So I have done my research and I discovered that this information I'm giving to you are well screened. It has been sorted, so it's legit. You see, the Professional Chess Association (PCA), created by Kasparov, held a series candidate matches to choose an opponent for him. And Vishwanathan Anand succeeded in becoming the champion's opponent as at then. Anand's rise in the chess world was meteoric. He was born in India, we know, Vichy the Tiger. He quickly emerged as his nation's greatest player at age 15. This is talking about Anand, uh, the challenger this time around. At age 15, he became the youngest Indian to win the international master title. At the age of 16, he was crowned India's national champion. In 1987, he was the first Indian to win the World Junior Championship. Then in 1988, at the age of 18, he became the first official Grandmaster of India. What a record for just one person. This is a lot of hard work, dedication, perseverance, consistency, commitment. That's why I respect Anand very well. I respect him a lot. Anand qualified for the PCA World Championship final to win the candidate matches against Michael Adams and Gata Kamsky. So, these were those who featured in the candidate match as at then in 1994. So, after winning, he was selected as the qualified winner to face Kasparov in 1995. Gary Kasparov was the defending champion holding the title as at then holding the title of the world chess champion. The 1995 PCA title match was played on the observation deck on the 107th floor of the World Trade Center in New York City. Well, I think I should just stop here and let's look at the time. The time format for this particular game, somewhere around here. So let me just check it out. The match was to last 20 games. And each game played at 40 moves in 2 hours, then 20 moves in 1 hour, followed by 30 minutes to complete the game. There will be no timeout and no adjournment. This condition as at then was almost like towards the end, you'll be experiencing pressure and the timeout was sudden death, time finishes, no increment. In general, this game, let me say, in general, the matches covers over the matches covers over 18 games. It was speculated to be 20 games. I think there was decisive win, that sealed the match. So featured 18 games and the match started with 8 straight draws. Like I was saying, these 8 straight draws, I'm going to show you. We have Vichy Anand, who actually started winning, or who was the first person to draw the first blood with the game 9. He actually deviated from the draw, and bust out game 9. So the victory was not enjoyed for long actually because Kasparov then rebounds and dominated the game, winning 4 of the next 5 games. So let's look at the first game. So subsequently, I'll be updating you guys. I'll be posting the games series by series. So in this video now, I'm going to look at the first game and observe. I'm going to say a little I can say about the game. Then we can look at it together. Then if you think somewhere there was an error or you feel that somewhere Anand will have done better or Kasparov will have done better, obviously use the comment section. Let's dive right into it. The first game. So in the first game of the match, I think I should have it somewhere around here. Just the first game of the match, Vishwanathan Anand, Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand played the white pieces against Garry Kasparov, who played the black pieces. And it features the Sicilian defense, the Shevonigan variation actually. Well, Vishwanathan Anand played pawn to e4, c5 by Garry Kasparov, knight to f3, d6, d4, Pawn takes on d4, knight takes on d4, knight to f6. Going after this pawn. Knight to c3 defends the pawn. Knight to c3, yes, defend the pawn. Then a6 comes up, stopping the knight from using the square, stopping this knight, and even the bishop. Bishop to e2. We have e6, a4, knight to c6. White castles. Bishop to e7, preparing the king to be castled the short side. Here, bishop to e3. After Garry Kasparov castled the short side, f4 comes up. Queen to c7, king to h1. After rook to e8, we have queen to d2. Bishop to d7, rook on a to d1. Here, rook on a to d8. Putting the rook on this file, there's a queen there. In case in the future the rook might be very strong against the queen. So knight to b3. Bishop to c8. Removing this bishop so the rook can have access to influence on that file. Here, bishop to f3. After b6, queen to f2, spotting the weakness of this particular pawn here. On b6, Vishwanathan Anand doubled pressure on this diagonal to attack the pawn. What did Garry Kasparov do in 1995? Well, strategically, he increased the defense with this knight. So knight to d7 is the supporting defender of this pawn. Knight goes to d4, bishop goes to b7. Here, bishop to h5. See, Vishwanathan Anand is trying to hit on the weak spot on black's camp. In this position, what did Garry Kasparov do? He went on with rook to f8, not giving chances for any loopholes. He doesn't want to take chances. He wants to play his game neatly. The two players are looking for error. However, the two players are well knowledge of each position. So for now, we are not seeing any piece flying out of the board, and there is no space for strange tactics on the board. Now we have queen to g3. This pawn is now pinned. What is the idea with queen to g3? Here, knight takes the knight on d4, bishop takes on d4. Can you see the idea now? The bishop is on this diagonal, the queen is on this diagonal. What happened? If this is left unattended to, queen takes pawn is checkmate. So how did Garry Kasparov continue in this position? He went on with bishop to f6. Good. So bishop to f6 is not a blunder. For those of you that wants to know, it is not, because bishop takes, knight takes. Since the pawn is pinned, pawn cannot take. In this position, Vishwanathan Anand played bishop to e2. e5 followed. Pawn takes on e5. Bishop takes on e5, attacking the queen. Queen to f2. Knight to c5. Why knight to c5? This pawn is only guarded once by the knight. The bishop attacks the pawn. Now the knight attacks the pawn. What to do? Bishop to f3. Increasing defense. Now we have equal numbers of defender. Rook on f to e8. This concept is simple. Garry Kasparov is preparing to take this bishop. Bishop takes bishop. Rook can take, or queen can take. Then maybe another idea is coming. Probably he will just find a way to move this bishop. Then the rook supporting attacking the pawn. Knight attacks, bishop attack. Then we have three attackers on that pawn. So what happened here was h3 comes up first, a5 follows. After rook on f to e1, bringing defender to this pawn, bishop to c6. Then Kasparov goes after this pawn that is defended just once by the knight. What to do? b3. After h6, Gary Kasparov and Vishwanathan Anand agreed to a draw in the game one of the match. Let's say the PCA match played in 1995, which would decide the world champion as at then. So Vishwanathan Anand and Gary Kasparov agreed to a draw, and the game ended here. I hope you enjoyed this video to this moment. Stay tuned for round 2, round 3, and more on the channel, because that's the videos you'll be seeing from now till we are through with this series. Good luck and have a wonderful day.